All right, now I'm going to deal with this stream or use it like a pre-recorded video. So I've disabled the chat. You see this comment right here? Left by Bonafide Sean. I've highlighted it. He said, quote, it's called MMA, not boxing, not kickboxing. Wrestling is a part of it. Blame the person who can't stop the takedown, can't reverse, can't grapple, can't get up. Now, I want to don't leave this comment ever on my channel. Don't leave it. Don't say it. Don't say nothing like it. Because that statement does not apply whatsoever to my complaint. What I'm dealing with here is a comprehension problem on part of the people who leave this comment. Simple as that. It's a comprehension issue. You're making a statement that has literally nothing to do with our complaint. Have you ever thought about that? Have you seriously thought about that? We're well aware that this is allowed in the rule set. We're not sitting here saying that's illegal. We're complaining about the fact that it's boring. Do you not see how your statement doesn't apply to that complaint? It has nothing to do with that complaint. This is a natural reaction. This is what y'all don't understand. You see, the thing is, people, they always want to disagree or try to correct people. That's y'all's issue. So you just think of anything a lot of times, even if it don't make sense. You just want to be contrary. It don't work in this instance. It's a natural reaction with me. The only people who say stuff like that is fanatics who emotionally invested in the fighter, and it's about emotions, and they want that fighter to win any way possible. You're a different type of fan. We're fans. I'm speaking for people who want their money's worth. You understand? Who want entertainment, who don't want to watch multiple boring minutes pass. And if you did this the majority of the fight, laying there in this blanket style, tap, tap, not doing no damage, not trying to finish no. People have a legitimate right to not like that. And those tactics regularly get booed, cause people to leave the arena. What is wrong with y'all? Certain things you really should not. You can object, but this objection don't work. This silly statement don't work. This statement you may hear would only work against or with somebody who's trying to argue that this was against the rules. And again, even like, I don't understand this, because even fans or fighters I'm a fan of, I'm disappointed when they use tactics like that. I'm a fan, like I'm a fan of Shevchenko, but not like that. I'm a fan of her performances, her skill set. It's not personal. See, y'all invested emotionally. Like I said, you got desktop backgrounds, you fantasize about them and all this kind of stuff. You have dreams of meeting her and her liking you, her looking at you and approving of your existence, right? Embracing your existence. You would love nothing more, nothing other than a hug. That's your dream. Hug and kiss Valentina. Have her look and be happy and like you. I get it. Be honest with yourselves because you're not being realistic, and I don't think it's worth it. It's not worth it. Be realistic. Just be quiet and say, okay, y'all have a point. It was not exciting. It's exciting when people are trying to inflict damage. People standing. This is the preferred fight style of MMA fans, and they know it. To stand and bang, stand and strike. The opposite of that is what Shevchenko did. She marabed. See, what's not going to happen, my platform is not going to turn into a pro-marab platform. And when I say pro-marab, I mean pro-marab style. Because if you make a statement like this, then you're obviously putting a stamp of approval on the performance as if, hey, I liked it, I was entertained. I mean, you was happy because you knew she could hold it and Alexa couldn't get up. And we all are. This is another reason why this statement doesn't apply to our complaint. Everybody I've heard, including myself, criticizes Grasso for not getting up. The only ones who don't are the fanatics. So maybe you're directing that towards them. I'm not one of those fanatics. I'm not like you. You're assuming I'm like you. As if I'm not criticizing Grasso as well. We're saying the same thing you just said about Grasso. The difference is you're not saying the same thing we're saying about Shevchenko that was born. Explain to us, make us understand how that was exciting to you. Watching that. A blanket. Tap, tap, blanket. Just make us understand that. Because if you stand there and you're banging out, I can break that down to you exactly why it's entertaining to me. You throw a shot, it's fast. You can clearly see it's fast. It crashed into your opponent's face. Their head snap back. You hear a crack. Right? Sometimes you see blood fly. That's exciting to see because that's like a near-death experience. Real damage was done. Okay? You got a reaction out of it. That's real fighting. That's what fighting is all about. Y'all want to turn fighting into Greco-Roman stuff. It's not happening. Not on my platform. That's going to always be boring. I don't care who carried that out. It's going to be boring. And the fact is, you got some fighters who are not accused of that. Some fighters who going to get that finish, and the time they spend on the ground is exhilarating because they're actually doing these transitions, working, and they're getting these submissions, getting in positions for ground and pound, getting off that ground and pound. Okay? They're not training to blanket. Y'all train the blanket? The blanket style is popping off in these gyms during training? Is that what y'all trying to say? No, this will always be boring. I will never put a stamp of approval on that entertainment value. Also, it will never prove that you've made improvements because you're just weighing down on your opponent. That's irrefutable fact. It don't prove that you've shown improvements. That's not improvement. I can do that. Anybody can do that. It really don't take training to do that. True or false? Listen, I'm trying to help y'all. I'm honestly trying to help y'all. Because this type of dialogue is like unnecessary confusion, disagreements. Is just a waste of time. I view it as a waste of time. So listen, don't leave these comments. Don't leave them. Because then people start replying to you as if that's even part of the discussion. And you've taken the discussion into something else, something other than what I'm talking about. And you're going to always project the idea that I'm the one that injected that. No, I did not. I don't know what you're talking about. It's called MMA, not boxing. No, duh. We all know that. You can tell this is disingenuous comment because it started out with sarcasm. No, that's not popping off on my channel. You're not going to be sassing off to me. You're going to be respectful and realistic, or else you're just not going to comment on this channel. Okay? Listen, I understand I'm dealing with a different crowd over here. No question about it. On this channel, I'm dealing with a different crowd. There are more degenerates in this sector of the world. Let's keep it real. Bar hoppers, violent people, a lot of lunatics, a lot of dirtbags. And obviously, a lot of times you know how to use a keyboard. But you're still an idiot, low IQ, and you slow. This is just what it is. It's the realist. A lot of people today are slow. And I view this as a comment left by a slow person. Step your game up. Step your game up. Your comprehension skills up. Get them checked, polish them off, do whatever you got to do. Step your game. I don't care if you're a man or woman. I want to have an evolved comment section. You understand? I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to create a world outside of y'all's foolishness and low IQ comments and perspectives. It's called MMA, not boxing, not kickboxing. Wrestling is part of it. Blame the person who can't stop the takedown. Grasso has been getting clowned for being taken down as much as she was taken down. But a fanatic won't give people credit for acknowledging that. You're being unrealistic. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Everybody is clowning her. Nobody is defending that. But Shevchenko could get up. If you can't do something, stand them up. That's why in many cases like this, the refs stand them up. If the ref would have stood them up, that would have been what? Part of the rule set. Why? Huh? How you gonna argue in favor of something that gets stopped within the rule set of MMA? Think about it. What is wrong with y'all? Y'all gonna step your thinking game up. Explain it. Make it make sense. Our complaint is also, in a sense, illegal. You gotta lay there on your opponent, not do nothing. The refs stand them up. Nobody's saying, hey, ref, what you doing? Everybody knows that the ref can do that. And it's even more strict in other organizations, some other organizations. So what is y'all's complaint about? Those fans, and I'm saying for all fans who had a complaint about that fight being boring, you are 100% validated in my eyes. And nobody can criticize you for nothing. It's on the fighter to do better. And flat out, we're not going to ignore the fact that Shevchenko is a high-level striker who has shown and brags about having more tools than pretty much all fighters. And she does more. Fans have the right to scratch their head and say, wait a minute. Also, she came from 135. You're up against a former strawweight. And it looks like, it didn't look like it. It's irrefutable. She did not want to dominate Grasso striking with her. And on top of that, and that's okay, but if you want to take them down, do something. Do something. That's why it's okay and accepted when the ref stands him up. Do something. She wasn't doing it. Them little taps, she was doing that just to stay active. That was like a manipulation of the rule set. She knew she wasn't causing no serious damage. There's no damage inflicted with those shots. Those were not damaging shots at all. What are y'all talking about? Get off the drugs if they do you like this. Okay? If they do you like this, lay off. Step your game up. Step your game up. Start thinking. Criticize before you say something. Say it out. Say it to yourself first and try to criticize it. Try to criticize your own thought. That way, everything that you say is on point and accurate. I mean, listen, man. I'm genuinely trying to help y'all because I'm tired of seeing comments like this. Not just on my platform. On other platforms, it's one of my pet peeves. It's like, what are you even talking about? And don't tell me you was excited about that style. Show me some videos of fans of that style who really getting into it like it's entertaining. Oh, look at that blanket. Look at those tabs. Really? So, good luck. That's all I can say to you. Good night.